heard Dasher and Dancer.
And you know the most famous reindeer, Bob.
But do you recall?
The Goofy Reindeer?
Wait a second. Do you mean Bob?
Bob?
Who names a reindeer Bob?
Ho, ho, ho. Why, I named Bob.
It's
Santa!
Whoa there. This story isn't about Santa.
But Santa's in the story.
Well, yeah, but the story's about Bob, the Goofy Reindeer.
So tell us the story already!
Well, you see, Bob could never do anything right. He skidded a blizzard into Santa's toy shop and spilled hot cocoa on Mrs. Claus's best dress. But could he fly? Oh, of course he can fly.
Like a rocket ship.
Like a rocket ship?
Bob would fly so fast that you could see stars shooting up from his hooves.
Bob could fly so fast that he made a sonic boom during takeoff.
Bob could fly so fast that he disappeared into space for 3 days at a time.
Yes, Bob could fly that fast.
That's awesome!
Well, you might think that.
Until it was time for Bob to go land.
It took an entire year to repair Mrs. Claus's living room after the time up.
Let's not even mention what happened to Snow Mountain, or what's left of Snow Mountain.
You see, trouble didn't follow Bob.
Bob followed trouble.
Everywhere Bob went, trouble was sure to go.
But Bob wasn't a complete goofball.
Ho, ho, ho. No, siree. I'll never forget how Bob saved Christmas back in '47.
Bob saved Christmas?
He sure did. It was his best goof off ever.
You see, the biggest blizzard since the time Rudolph hit the North Pole.
On Christmas Eve,
Just as Santa was packing his sleigh and getting ready for takeoff,
An enormous northern wind blew through and nearly blew down Santa's workshop.
Oh no!
oh yes,
The elves were chasing gifts that flew out of the sleigh.
Reindeer were so bogged down in the snow that they couldn't get off the ground.
Miss Claus started to cry. Christmas is ruined. Christmas is ruined.
but Santa had a plan.
Ho, ho, ho. I said, Bob, with your flight discharge so strong, do you think you can blast my sleigh into the atmosphere?
Oh no!
Oh yes.
So Bob climbed under Santa's sleigh into the deep down snow.
And Santa climbed onto his sleigh.
Then Santa said,
On Dasher, now Dancer, and now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen, to the top of the sky, to the top of the stars. Now blast away, Bob.
1, 2, 3, blast off!
why Bob performed his biggest blast off ever.
Off and off he went.
With Santa on his sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer.
Then he disappeared.
Right off the elf's reindeer.
All is lost, cried Mrs. Claus.
But wait,
What now?
Suddenly, in 1,000,000 past midnight,
time stopped on Christmas Eve, you know.
Hey, don't detect it. A wonderful.
beautiful.
Most delightful sight.
What?
Present shooting down from the sky into chimneys.
A rocking horse for Tommy.
A dolly for Susie.
Hey, this is the 21st century.
An iPad for Donovan.
A cell phone for Courtney.
And a Diamondback Venom BMX bike for Scene.
What about
Santa?
And what about Bob?
Well, that was the strangest thing. Santa landed on his comfy chair, complete with slippers and a pipe at the break of dawn.
Mrs. Claus cried, "It's a miracle!"
And Santa's sleigh landed in the garage, no worse for the wear.
The head elf cried, "It's a miracle." But
What about Bob?
Ho, ho, ho! We never heard of Bob again.
Oh no!
Oh, yes. But if you look up in the sky at night and see a shooting star,
That's just Bob.
Acting like a goofball.
that's Bob for you.
Ho, ho, ho! See you. So see you, Bob is unhappy, happy as can be, playing star hockey in the sky.
Every now and then you can see him wave.
But mostly, especially on Christmas Eve.
Merry Christmas to all, and all a good night.
Ho, ho, ho! Good night, Bob.